Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Sid Meier's Civilization 4. We are playing as Rome, and we have a very good game going on. Admittedly, it turns out that our capital was really strong, but I think I was a little overly paranoid about the rust on my skill level when I chose to be on Prince difficulty. I think we could handle a higher difficulty game, but you know what? It's good to maybe do something that'll boost our confidence before we go and do some more Civ 4 going forward. At probably a higher difficulty. But yeah, our game's going very well. We're ahead on score. We got a good amount of territory. We are still planning that we'll probably go to war with Korea, which likely will happen not this era. First of all, they have their unique units going on right now. Secondly, we'd really need some siege units to be able to go. And right now, we have the ability to build catapults, but soon enough, we'll probably be able to get to skip all the way to cannons, and I think that's going to be a good time to do another push. Our economy is not stupendous right now. We can run, I think, 50% science and break even on cash, which is fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But we have tons of universities and forums we can be doing right now. I think it's the better thing to take. We've got great land. We've got lots of land. Let's make sure we're actually working it properly, and then we'll make a push to war after that. I'm going to go to 100% science. I really need to make sure to not finish liberalism. I'm going to be real salty if we accidentally do that. See, here's the thing. I would love to break my relationships with Korea and make friends with Monty. The diplomacy in Civ 4 is really quite transparent, and you can definitely work it in a very effective way. The problem is right now Korea's going to be a good trading buddy. So as much as it would be useful to have a friend like Monty, for example, although he's in war. Well, he's in war with Korea, I suppose. Oh, yeah, he's got no tech. He's kind of backwards. Trireme over here. Yeah, let's go into universities. And you know what? We've got a barbarian Wessel over here to fight. So we're going to move in that direction. You're going to just come park over here. And we got a great prophet ready to build the, I don't remember what they call it. The religious building for the holy city. So the Taoist building over here. There's a word for these buildings that a great prophet can pop. But yeah, we're going to do this. So now we'll get, it's not going to be much money, but it's going to be a little bit of money because we haven't really spread Taoism that much. But overall, with all of our holy cities, we are going to be making huge bank from that. We're going to keep spreading Judaism right now because we do have the holy building for that. Liberalism 3 turns. Come on, Quill, do not accidentally complete liberalism too early. Do not do it. Aztecs and Khmer now at peace. Okay. Okay. Do this. What I'm going to do... war with Korea sounds great, and it would be great to do it with a buddy. Well, he's already at war with Korea, so we actually don't gain that much. Do we need the temple right now? No, your actual stuff is good. Let's just keep making some missionaries. Okay, University of Sankor, I believe it only gives us a huge science boost, but only if we have a state religion, which we don't right now because we have free religion, but I kind of wanted to deny other people, and we might run a state religion from time to time, and the culture over here is going to be useful. What I think we're going to do here is I'm going to make sure to get a Taoist monastery. At some point it becomes obsolete, but it still gives you the culture, and it still gives you the ability to train missionaries. And right now we might not have a lot of places to build Taoist missionaries later on. Unless we switch to organized religion, which we may or may not want to do. I have to remember liberalism, but I have to deal with all these pop-ups here first. We want more culture generation. I'll build the temple first. It only generates 1. The university generates 3. But this builds fast. We might need the happy face over here. Where's that barbarian? There he is. Hopefully he attacks me. It's a trireme versus a galley. Triremes get a 50% boost versus galleys. You also get a defensive bonus when fighting on coast of 10%. So ideally, we would like to be the ones attacked as opposed to doing the attacking. Okay, what I want to do here is I want to bring the science rate down there. So we barely just won't get liberalism. And then we can... we know for sure that no matter what, we'll be able to finish it in 1 turn later on. We definitely need more food for our Pentium, so we'll do this. Over here, I think Kumai still has... Yeah, it still has a decent amount of excess food. I'm going to mine this one. We might end up windmilling it later. But for now, we'll do that. Spread Judaism, which is going to give us more cash because of our holy building. Okay, next turn. Quill, remember to change your tech. Don't get distracted by all the cities. Go for university. Over here... We don't really need the university the same way. You do generate a little culture, but not much. I think, build me a maceman. I'm going to try to remember to talk about why I want maceman later on, but not right now. Use sentry over here. Perfect. And you can come back and sit on this fish here. Maybe I'll turn these on for a sec. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to change our tech right now. I've got enough vision so I can see everyone's tech, which is great. Because what I really want to do is... So being the first one to finish liberalism over here gives you a free technology. I want that technology, so I definitely want to make sure no one else gets it first. But ideally, I would like this technology to be as expensive as possible. So there's a few good targets for that. Lots of things down here. In fact, if you can use liberalism to help get you towards physics, which gives you a free great scientist, that's quite wonderful. Now, right now, that would mean getting astronomy, which obsoletes the monument, which I'm fine with, Stonehenge, which I'm fine with, and the Colossus, which I have, which that would be a little annoying to get rid of. I don't think it would break our economy, but it wouldn't be great. But then next in scientific method, obsolete the Great Library, the Parthenon, which we have. I don't think we have the Temple of Artemis, but we might. But we have the first two. And it obsoletes our monasteries. Now, ultimately, this is going to be good. First of all, it leads to lots of huge techs that we're definitely going to want. Reveals oil. And eventually, you'll get more tech out of it. But I think we don't want to rush through here. So a lot of this isn't really what we're looking for. I could go and use liberalism to get a steel a little bit faster for the cannon. But I think what I like the idea of is using it to get democracy a little faster so we can build the Statue of Liberty, which is really strong. So yeah, we need printing press, then we need nationalism and constitution, and then we'll finish liberalism to get democracy. Is the plan. We'll see if that works, but that's going to be the plan. Now, I was just looking before the video started, and I believe, excuse me, I believe the only resource I don't have properly hooked up right now, other than a few fishing boats, is this dye, which isn't in range of our city, so we can't work it directly, but we still can get it for some trading. So we're going to go and make sure we got a road over there. Speaking of trading, and actually, let me break even on our tech route over here. Slowly accumulating a little bit of money. Gives us some money for maybe some trading options. Mostly we're trying to tech up relatively quickly. Yeah, that's going to be okay. Less babysitting. Again, going between 100% and 0% is quite powerful a lot of the time, but I think I'm going to do this. Actually, maybe I'll run at 40 for a bit so we can accumulate a little bit more money. And then what we'll do later on is we'll increase our research rate. I want to take a look at the trade situation. So tech-wise, no one's got anything to trade. If we did put a little research into engineering or drama or music, that we might open up trades there, but it's not actually anything that matters. Instead, what we're going to look at is we'll talk to Egypt. I would like the furs for extra luxury, and I will trade you corn. Actually, I should have... Highway robbery. I should have asked what would make it work. Theoretically, that might have been possible to get extra money out of it. I don't know. Let's talk to Khmer. Ooh, all I have to offer as a duplicate is gold. Let's offer that for the spices. Okay. But yeah, we'll get some extra luxury just to make sure our cities stay happy. Maybe we'll get some We Love the King days. Jewish missionary. Do you want the forum? Yeah, it's probably worth sticking the forum in there. Although more missionaries does equal more money because we have the holy city. And you just sit here on sentry mode. That's going to be fine. We're going to go up here. We're definitely going to go to windmill because Retium here doesn't have a ton of food. There's no road on this, but it's next to the river, so is it actually connected? I'm actually not sure. It must be, because we had excess gold. Neither one of these has a road. But you know what? Let's get roads going, just in case. Plus, I mean, we're going to want some. We're going to very soon turn on some automation on our workers, and they're going to put roads on every tile. Okay, Upsilo University. Currently... Yeah, this is going to be a great place for science production. It's got a fair amount of commerce. Do I want to rush the universities? Actually, I do. I want to get 6 universities so I can build Oxford. A dur. Oh, some people are piecing out. Okay, let's spread Taoism because we do have the holy building for that. We want to make sure it gets spread around. I think we're going to go windmill heavy around here for sure. Oh, we can hook up the horses too. Actually, I don't know if the gold is hooked up. Sistine Chapel's been built by Ramses. That's fine. We weren't working on it. Oh, I don't have enough. You know, get a university just going to help us get the limit, even though you're not going to be producing that much commerce. Do get a workboat. We're going to want a few of those. Okay, that's guilds. I need to get You know what? I'm going to put 100% espionage. I need to make sure I have vision over what everyone is researching. So I'm going to max out my espionage for probably just a turn and make sure we're okay there. Mine that gold. Yeah, so the fact that... Yeah, so these two must have been the ones available for trade, since we didn't even have that mine. So the river must work, but it's still going to be nice to have roads over things. And in fact, if we have enough espionage, we can even like get vision over everyone's cities, which can be really useful. I don't know if that's what I want to prioritize right now. Although specifically, if we can get a bunch of espionage on Korea and just keep an eye on what they're doing, that wouldn't be bad. Eventually, we'll build a city over there, but it's really not something we're rushing for. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to have another person just make sure there's a road kind of generally leading to the front. Okay, this Maceman here, I think I said I was going to talk about. Maceman can get the City Raider promotion. Later on, the Macemen upgrade to gunpowder units like riflemen. And gunpowder units don't have access to the City Raider promotion, but if you've already got it promoted, then it carries forward, which is actually really nice when you're wanting to go aggro. So in practice, all of our Macemen everywhere. You know what? I'm going to alt-click my Macemen to wake all our Macemen up. And as long as it doesn't already have a promotion in a different category, we're going to make sure they're maxing out their City Raider promotion before we start doing some upgrades. I mean, it's nice to have some defenses, but all these Macemen are going to be part of our offensive squad going forward. And we'll probably use longbows for city defense because they do have a built-in bonus to that. I think the same thing's going to apply to the Praetorians as well, but I'm just going to wait on them right now. But we'll probably do something very similar, where if it doesn't have a different promotion already, we'll just make sure to give it max City Raider. I think you've got to keep spamming out those missionaries. We actually have Christianity over here, which we didn't found. Egypt's got control over that. We wouldn't mind having more religions, more cities. Sucks that Christianity auto-spread here. I'm betting you must have an international trade route to an Egyptian city. Apparently not. Okay. We're going to build the monastery here because we might want to spread extra religions. Because here's the thing. In our free religion here, we get one happy face per religion in the city. Also, if we decided to go a cultural victory, we want lots of religions. That's because of the cathedrals. So there are temples, there's monasteries, and there's cathedrals that you can build for your religion. The cathedrals actually have different unique names for the religions, as opposed to all the religions have temples and monasteries, and then their cathedral building has a unique name. But all the cathedrals give plus 50% culture production. But you need a certain number of cities with the religion or with the building. Oh, requires 3 Christian temples. There we go. So effectively for every 3 cities of a religion you have, because you can build 3 temples, you can build one of these cathedrals. And if you're going cultural victory, there's some like optimization there based on, so you want a number, like you want ideally 9 cities, because 9 cities equals 9 temples, which means 3 cathedrals. And to win a cultural victory, you need 3 cities to go legendary. So you pick 3 of your cities and you just build as many copies of the cathedrals you can in those cities. So yeah, if you have 9 cities in total, all 3 of your cities gets 1 cathedral for each religion you have, which is pretty good. Oh, I forgot to check. I probably didn't need to run the espionage for 2 rounds here, but I don't know, a bit of a buffer. All right, so guilds, engineering, machinery currently being researched everywhere. That's fine, and tech-wise, still no one's willing to trade anything to us. Okay, that's okay. Is that warrior? Oh, that's not one of our warriors. Okay. So I was confused about it. I'm like, why do we have a warrior just standing there? I'm going to do this. We want to ensure there's lots of roads going generally to the front. But I think I'm going to automate my workers now. I might want to do something with this hill. I think I do. And the question is partially what city is going to work this hill. If you work it, you don't have really enough food for it. If Kumai works it, you know, maybe I'll just build a windmill here in general. And we can always flip back and forth because both cities will want a little extra food going forward. My automated workers are currently set to not chop down forests. So it's mostly just the tiles with forest. If I want to chop them, I'll have to do that manually. Otherwise, when we get the ability to build lumber mills, which we don't have yet, they will be built there. But I probably, generally speaking, hills, I like to chop the forests on. And either windmill or mine. Flatland, in the long term, lumber mills are great, assuming we have enough food and culture or whatever. Do I want to keep spamming the missionaries here? We could start to get some walls up, but once gunpowder units start to show up, the walls are obsolete, so I'm really not prioritizing that. Let's get the university, because we are going to want Oxford, and it is culture there, and that is a frontline location, which is pretty handy. You probably... Actually, our happiness is good because of all of our luxury goods. Oh, get a courthouse. Yeah, we want as many of those as possible. Plus, it gives us passive espionage, which is great. Windmill that. We got ourselves a great engineer. Do we have a wonder we can be building somewhere right now? No, not currently. And I don't want to use an engineer to rush a national wonder because it's not under competition. What does printing press give us? Does it give us a wonder? No. Makes our towns and villages be worth more. We can use the engineer to get ourselves a Taj Mahal. Not that it's a big deal. Maybe we could save it for the Statue of Liberty. Or I could light bulb it for tech towards engineering, or we could Golden Age, or I could have you join a city. Which right now, because we're running representation, would give us extra science. I think I want to save it to rush the Statue of Liberty. And I kind of suspect we might build it up over here. I can't remember. The Statue of Liberty, does it have to be built on the coast? Great Wonders. I think it can be built anywhere. Needs forges, but we've got a bunch of those. Maybe I'll move the engineer here. And we'll do that. Unless I want to go cultural victory. Thing is, it's going to be so much easier for us to just go science. Right now, our most cultural cities are Rome, Atium, and Neapolis. But that could very easily change over time. Cultural victory is pretty fun. And it's different in this game than many others. Oh, did I build another trireme here? Do I want to park it on a resource? Well, long term, I'll probably want to park one over here. So let's do that. You're going to do this. Yeah, if I'm going to go cultural victory, I do have to make the decision fairly soon. Because we're going to want to start optimizing for that. Spread the religion. And we don't care what religion we spread, as long as it's one that we have the holy city for. Forum for now. Monuments are about to become obsolete, although it still gives us a +1 culture, but we really don't need it in this town. We don't give a toss about that in any way whatsoever. We want forgers everywhere for the production, and you're going to come here, since our workers don't chop hills. I do have to make sure I'm taking care of those hills. Or I could automate and then, leave it for now and we can come back later. Yeah, let's get a few more rounds of our religious units. Make sure you've got a forge, because we need that for the Statue of Liberty. Good. Oh, and you know what? Let's run another turn of espionage, because apparently with Khmer we were just on the edge of being able to see them. And windmill. And let's see. I think we're going to want to chop that hill. That one over there. That may be it for the hills with forests on them. Now, other places, the AI, if I automate things, it might end up doing a dumb decision. But at this point, I think our cities are mostly established. And because there's no charges, all you do is lose a little time if we decide to replace a farm with a cottage later or vice versa. Okay, you here are going to start making military units. So, do I start making catapults so that we can insta-upgrade them to cannons later on? Or do we build more military, or melee units? I don't know. I think a core... Let's get 5 catapults going, because we're not going to have infinite money, but we will be able to do some mass upgrades. A lighthouse here would be wonderful. Great engineer, I'm just going to have you sleep here. Thank you very much. Spread some religion. Here, you can help make sure to complete that. Thank you. We have some of these monasteries. I don't know if I'm as concerned with making sure we've got a bunch of those. Here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have the capital. Oh, yeah, I've got to hold shift, otherwise replace the first one. Just fill up a queue with all the types of missionaries right now. which will open up some other cities to do other things and just work on their infrastructure, which is fine. Okay, we've got you here, you here. Yeah, we're going to assume you're going to windmill next turn. Same thing with you. All right, I'm going to automate the workers. I might keep a few on manual. Send them somewhere.
What gunpowder did for war, the printing press has done.
If we have any villages or towns right now, which I'm not sure we do yet, but that that will give us a tremendous amount of money. Still spread when we can. You go on auto. That's going to be okay. And the catapults, or you know what, I'll just sit them in the city for now. That's going to be fine. Okay, back to do this. Khmer's got a few more troops. Korea's got a few more, but we haven't been building military units in a little while, so that kind of makes sense, you know? But we are going to be making a hard switch towards military production soon. In fact, what I might do, because we might be building things in... Well, I'll get the forge. That's pretty important. What was I doing with this trireme? Because these are pretty much watched. I suppose eventually... Yeah, we'll get another whale here. Keep an eye on you. Fortify this. Spread that. Ah, there. Failed to spread. So we haven't really seen this before, but when a city gets multiple religions... there's a chance that it fails to spread. So try to spread it to Ravenna, which has 2 religions. I think... The first 2 always succeed. Certainly the first one does, but auto-spread tends to do that. And then it becomes harder and harder to spread the religion there. So, once we've got a bunch of cities with 3 religions, we'll probably slow down on the spam a fair bit. Do you have a forge yet? I guess you do. You're not really a military-producing place. Yeah, you don't have much in the way of production. So I guess I won't do the bear. Well, you know, Okay, even though they won't be promoted, I'm going to get some longbows here. Because what I'm going to want to do is get to the point where, at this stage in the game, I'm going to say 3 longbows in each one of my cities as a baseline defense. It's a little different for the ones that are nowhere near exposed. Although a baseline of 3 is still not bad, and that'll free up our melee units to move forward. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna make preparations for war now. We're gonna move in this direction. I don't like the fact that we are not on parity with Korea anymore. It makes me unhappy. Although right now there are bros. I actually don't know if Korea would declare war at this stage. Are we actually friendly with them? I think we might be. Yeah, still can't build Oxford yet. Get a trio of those. And yeah, so we don't necessarily... You've got other military units, but we're going to want to move all these out for the war. So get the longbows. Longbows have 50% boost to city defense. So yeah, at least I don't know if they'll declare war on us. It might literally not be an option. Also, oh, people are willing to trade some text. Okay. Well, okay, by people, I mean Korea. So, ideally, I'd like to not trade things that moves towards liberalism directly. So, not philosophy, which is required for it, although some of these others go there too. All right, compass is worth... Come on, where's the tooltip? Okay, 1,400. So, let's call that about 2,000. We might have to... Let's just get engineering for literature and paper. And some gold. That I'm fine with. Okay.
A designer knows he has achieved perfection. Not when there is nothing left to add.
Oh, shit!
There is nothing left to take away.
Did someone build Notre Dame? Probably, eh? Because that would be an amazing wonder for us. Yeah. That's why no one was willing to trade engineering beforehand. Forgot about that. Yeah, +2 happiness. Did Korea build it? I don't know if there's a place where you can see... hang on, there's something. Oh, it's built by Khmer. That's unfortunate, because I would love it if it was Korea, because then it means we would get it fairly soon. Oh, and we don't have vision over Korea. Wow. And that number went red because there's a break line in the better bug mod, where it'll color this depending on strength. So with Chimera, we're probably at like 0.85 or something, but this is probably 0.8 actually. So it's now giving us a warning that Korea is next to us relatively strong. And there's no gameplay effect here, but it's a nice warning for us. Let's make sure we got these courthouses still. We can get a couple extra cities with Christianity, but it's not a big deal. We don't actually have the holy building for it. I just want to make sure we're ready to go. Cache ancient writings. Hand the materials over to researchers for a little bit of tech towards divine right, which I don't care about. Or, ooh, this is quite nice. Spend a little bit of money, but the monastery will permanently give us some culture. I mean, let's just do that. And then you could become automated. And over here, actually, I'm going to want to make sure this gets farmed. And yeah, let's run this a little bit more. We definitely want to keep an eye on Korea's stuff. Did I get another great profit? Well, la-di-da. So the only two holy cities that are left to build are for religions we didn't found, right? We don't have Hinduism. Like, we literally don't have any single example of Hinduism. Or sorry, that's Islam. Never mind. We actually don't know where the holy city for that is. And the other one is Buddhism, which is Aztec. So do I Golden Age? Do I want to change my policies here? We're going to unlock nationhood with nationalism, but I don't think I'm planning on running that. We could switch to universal suffrage. We don't have that many towns yet. Eventually, like, free speech and emancipation just means that, like, so yeah, all your cottages grow really fast. They generate extra money. They generate extra production, which is good. I'm not really looking to make a swap. Do I just want to use you as a great person? I could also bank you for a later Golden Age, which isn't the worst thing in the universe. Now, as a great person, the profit's pretty good. It gives you production and gold, so we might want it in a city that's production-focused. Like, for example, Kumai. Like, being a military city does make it production-focused. Or, if we wanted to go for a cultural victory, we could put it there because it would help with the production rate. Right? Neapolis, how much culture are you producing per turn? 51. And what are the other ones that are currently leading in pure number? Antium and Rome. Where's Antium? Right over here. 44. So this one would eventually fall behind. Rome's pretty good. In which case we could build the Statue of Liberty there. I was still thinking on the front just for the cultural pressure, but there's almost no way we don't go to war with these guys. They have knights. Yeah, I have a good amount of vision over their territory currently. I don't know, maybe we keep that in our back pocket. Since we're going to go to war, I'm not as worried about pushing the borders out here, so we'll do that, and we'll try to maybe consider building the Statue of Liberty there. Okay, so as Longbow's finished, we're going to give them the city defense promotion, which is going to be great. Okay, Korea's working on vision, and actually we lost vision on Khmer. Wow. You want paper? No. Like, come on. I'm not going to do that. Okay, done. Alright, you can go on automatic now. That's going to be fine. I'm going to chill here. You're going to chill here. And yeah, hopefully I recognize liberalism when it comes up. I think, yeah, education does lead to liberalism, so Korea might be working towards that. That is philosophy, which is another one of those requirements. Okay, you've done building those 5 catapults that we wanted early on. I do have the ability to build some pikemen, which we might want for some knights, but let's get 3 longbows in this city as well. And then, yeah, we can move more things to the front. There you go. You've done the windmill. You can be automated now. This, sit tight. And yeah, you're just going to sentry on the whales, which I don't think we can work right now because we need a tech for it. Got a few more of these missionaries. Yeah, a little bit more failing to spread. At some point, we might take stock. Make sure everything's got at least 3 religions, just to give us some options. Okay, so you finished all your longbows, which is great. You have a forge as well, so you can build the Wonder. Let's get a university going, because we still need to be able to build Oxford somewhere. You're going to do that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Praetorium, and I don't know where, like, we're going to... Japan declares war on Egypt. Okay. I don't know where we're going to treat as sort of our primary line that we're going to move out from. Ravena's pretty close and might see some action, so if we move out of there, it's okay. I mean, 1-2 tiles gets us here. Although we have roads, so it's a little bit moot. But actually, from here, because of the road here, we can actually end up on this tile in the very first turn. So, yeah, Ravena's definitely going to be what we use as our front for the war. So we're going to mount mass units over there. Okay, good. He did hit the right button. We are going to keep some extra units in Upsilo and Neapolis, though, because they could get targeted. So we're going to want to make sure we have a critical mass there to defend. And actually, what we'll probably do is move forward from all those cities just to kind of close in the noose a bit. Okay, we should have lots of espionage now. Go for university. Select everything except this archer. And move you to Ravenna. There we go. Let's finish nationalism really quick. So yeah, they're gonna be looking to hit liberalism soon. Oh, I got a great scientist as well. You can use it to instigate compass. Where are we going to build Oxford? Because I might just use the great scientist there. So Rome's got the most amount of science, and Oxford does increase that, but it is a national wonder. I guess I can build it still here. So maybe I'll just do that, in which case I'm just going to join this great scientist to Rome. Fortify up. Fortify there. Yeah, all you guys fortify up, please. And then, yeah, we need a lot of money for some upgrades. Try to spread Hinduism somewhere. Done. Yeah, eventually you can get enough espionage or someone that you actually see what their cities are building, which can be extraordinarily useful. Alright, we'll get nationalism in a turn anyway. I mean, we're probably still going to want a deficit spend over here.
A man does not have himself killed for a half-pence a day, or for a...
So the Taj is good for culture if we are going to look to do that. I'm not going to run nationhood. So you've got 3 of those as a baseline, which I guess is going to be fine. Hermitage, yeah, we'll want to build somewhere tactically. I could build some mounted elephants, because they do have bonus against mounted units, which, like the knights, so these would be a 12 versus the knight's 10, which wouldn't be bad. On the other hand, the pikemen also count as a 12. And I think they have a better upgrade path. Same price, though. And, oh, the pikemen are better defensively, because the war elephants, because they're mounted themselves, don't get defensive bonuses. So they can't fortify, they don't get bonuses from towns, hills, anything like that. But yeah, let's get... I'm going to want at least 3, 1 for each of our border towns. Is this the place to build it? Not really. You don't even have a basic barracks. Although you're sort of on the front line, you have half-decent production. Maybe I will get you a barracks. The other thing I could do is I could get one town that's got the stable, and we could build our own maybe knights when we unlock it. It's the extra XP, which is nice. The other thing I might want is a defensive spy in a lot of places. Here's what I think is going to happen. Neapolis here is going to start on the Taj. Because it is one of maybe the 3 cities that we're going to tag for culture growth. Alright, we're going to want Constitution as quickly as possible, which appears to be 5 turns, because then when we finish that, we can finish liberalism. And no longer worry about it. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. Spread that. And yeah, we're going to be stop to spawn the missionaries relatively soon. There we go. You're going to go and get your 3 longbows. And 1, 2, 3. 1 for each border city. And a couple more for some stacks. Let's get these monasteries locked in. And yeah, you can just start on temples. That's going to be okay. Missionary spread what you can. You're going to sit there and defend this. Great. You guys are going to chill out here. And there. And I guess it's time for me to put a cut in here. But, you know, maybe one more turn. Right, you got your barracks, and I do want you making some units. Although, again, making sure to lock in these monasteries might be... we can always do a run on organized religion, so we can spawn missionaries later on if we are lacking, you know, a critical number to get the buildings we want. We could do some trebuchets. I think the plan's going to be... Actually, you know what? Let's get you to build another 5 catapults here. And I'm going to be fine with that, I think. I kind of want to keep one more turning here. All right, I'm going to put a cut in here. Maybe I can sneak in another episode before the next thing I have to do in real life. Folks, thanks a lot for watching. I'm going to see you guys next time. God, Civ's addictive. Bye-bye.